coming off a 17-point output in the first game of the tournament. She really sealed the deal with a three-pointer late in the game to bring the Cheesemakers from behind and give them a little bit of cushion and hang on to that lead to put them into the winner's side of the bracket, which is obviously where you want to be because there's 4 teams that move to the winner's side of the bracket. All 4 of them will trophy. It'll be a first, second, third, and fifth out of those 4 teams, and the Cheesemakers will bring home a better trophy than they brought home a year ago, finishing 6th. And so Tillamook, although not going to be happy with a 5th place trophy at all, would like to move one big step further today. Other starters for the Cheesemakers. At the off guard, it's going to be Millie Wilson, 5'7" senior, the only senior starter, 11.5 points a game and 5 rebounds a game, as she, coming off a game she was really frustrated in. 1 out of 6 from the floor, only had 2 points in the game, as Millie Wilson coming to the game, coming into this game with more playoff and state tournament experience than any of the Cheesemakers. Just couldn't get it on track the other night, and we hope to see a little bit better day out of her today, and she definitely hopes to see that herself. The other wing's going to be Whitney Haltner, 5'8" and a junior, 8.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds a game. She only had 4 points in the first game as well. And then down low, the Cheesemakers were carried by Becky Wells. She's 5'10" and a junior, 11-point average, but she brought 22 to the board on Wednesday afternoon. And then finally, Natalie Runkle, who is 5'9" and a junior, 13-point average. She had just that, 13 points in the first game of the tournament. Tillamook Cheesemakers and the Burns Highlanders. You can hear the... Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball as the clock winds down from warm-up, and we're getting ready for a fantastic Friday as the Cheesemakers back-to-back games in the state semifinals, 2nd year in a row. It's been a long time since 2 teams have brought girls and boys into the semifinals 2 years in a row. The Cheesemakers had the special treat last year. The girls lost their last 2, finished 6th. The boys won their last 2 and took this 3A state basketball championship on this very full floor. The PA announcer on the far side will now introduce the 2 teams as they get ready for play. I just want to hesitate long enough as we will hear. First of all, we'll go Les Schwab Tires. You know that Les Schwab Tires is proud to be a title sponsor of the OSAA. Les Schwab Tires, over 360 stores, and the one-store promise, if we can't guarantee it, they won't sell it. The Tillamook Cheesemakers are now going to be introduced. As we've seen in the first 2 games that the boys and girls have played here, 3/4 of this place, 3/4 or more of the fans that are here are Cheesemaker fans.
You know, it is truly amazing when you look to see how many people are here from Tillamook. A good 3/4 of this building is filled with Cheesemaker fans, and they are surrounding us.
All the way around us as Cheesemakers now will be introduced on the floor. Dave, we've had the opportunity to stay on the same floor with the boys and in the motel and also the cheerleaders and stuff. The level of which these kids perform and act is really special.
Absolutely true, Randy. This group of kids, I've even talked with a few coaches and a few of the other people around, and they say it's a group that you don't have to worry about. They are just flat good kids.
And it's been a lot of fun. The girls have been, Tillamook girls have been introduced on the floor as Burns, again, not many students in the stands, but they do have a good fan base on the far side right behind their bench, as they should have here in the semis.
Well, when you've done what they've done over the last few years, you would expect that they would bring a good crowd. And you know, no students, that doesn't mean everything. They're a long way from home here in Corvallis. The Cheesemakers, though, mileage doesn't seem to matter. If you play, they'll come. And that's just the way it's been the entire season.
And they have come. And they've come and enjoyed their time so far this year. 2 for 2 for the Cheesemakers, and we are ready for basketball action. This has been warm-up time, brought to you by the Dairy Queen at 101 North in Tillamook. the playing of the national anthem by the Tillamook High School pep band to a nice cheer by all the fans here at Gill Coliseum on the floor, Ralph Miller Court, here as we are ready for 3A state semifinal basketball action. Tillamook Cheesemakers and the Burns Highlanders. For all your OSAA state championship information, log on to www.osaa.org. Once you're there, you'll find state championship information, updated brackets, historical records, plus ticket and souvenir information. That's www.osaa.org. We've waited all year for this very afternoon.
How many times have we said that, though? We waited for the Super Saturday. We waited for the first game. Hey, every day becomes bigger for both of these teams. And you're right, we have waited for it, and it's finally here.
The Cheesemakers are going to have the game of the year in order to stay with the Burns Highlanders here today. In the middle, the All-Stater, Chelsea Ross, against Whitney Haltner. Ball tipped up. Ross going to control in backcourt to Maria. Maria, remember, two Clemens, Maria and Jessica. We'll just use them by the first names today. Cheesemakers extend full court pressure. Far side left is Dusty. That's Travis. Sorry, Dusty Travis. Like the name. Ross out on top. Bounce pass on the right side. Looking, baseline pass inside. Travis steps through. Whistle going to be a foul and a hold.
Millie Wilson's going to pick up that foul, helping out on the dribble. She reached in from behind and got nothing but elbow up.
It's going to be Whitney Haltner they call the foul on. Cheesemakers hope they're not going to call it tight, hands on, because if they do, it's going to be trouble. With the ball, waits, finally goes in. 5-second call. Tillamook gets it on the turnover.
And one of the keys to this ball game is turnovers, and that's number one. The Highlanders are a little susceptible to that. 18 turnovers in the last ball game. They already have one.
Cheesemakers come down. Highlanders in the 2-3 zone. With the ball left side, Wilson looks to go inside, but Ross does a nice job screening off. They can't go over the top. Millie comes left side to Cattell. Pass down low, inside, throws it away. Cheesemakers turn it over.
That's one thing the Cheesemakers are going to have a positive on, and that's turnovers. They can't turn the ball over like they did the last game.
Full court pressure. Backcourt, Wagner with the ball. Trying to pressure. It's man-to-man defense in backcourt. Off to Dusty Travis. Rattled, no call. Left side to Wagner. Gets it across the timeline. Cheesemakers extend. A little mixed up on defense. Off to Maria. Left side. Pass inside. Picked off. Picked by Cattell. Cattell with the ball. She's going to push the other way. Sideline left. Front of the floor. Becky Wells steps inside. Wrap around. She traveled.
Oh, man. 2 trips down the floor. 2 turnovers for both teams.
Cheesemakers go full court. Man-to-man pressure again. Looking for Chelsea Ross. Can't find her. Goes back to Maria. Maria hands back to Dusty Travis. Left side, Maria breaks the pressure. Down the floor, picked off by Runkle. Natalie with the ball. She's going to bring it down the floor. Right side to Millie Wilson. Crossover, steps through. First shot, she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
And I like what I see. The Cheesemakers going right at the hoop. It doesn't matter the size of the Burns Highlanders. Tillamook going at the hoop.
Burns definitely a little bit panicky when they get down the floor right now. That could be early game jitters.
It can be, and I'm interested to see what translates. I'm not sure who is on who defensively for the Cheesemakers. It seems like they're a little mixed up yet.
Free throw by Wilson, first of the game, is good, and Tillamook leads 1-0. Cheesemakers, first point of the ball game with 6:48 left to play in the first period.
And guess what? I missed the first foul.
Second free throw is good as well. Tillamook leads 2-0 early. Backcourt with the ball. Travis can't get it in again. Tillamook, they have to ask for timeout. We'll take it as well. 2-0 Tillamook, 6:48 left to play first period. We'll be back in 1 minute.
It's a better matchup.
Oh, come on! That was terrible. Welcome back as you hear the Cheesemaker fans booing over an offensive foul called on Millie Wilson.
So Millie Wilson picks up her first personal foul, and that's a turnover as well.
That was a flat dive by the defender. Down the floor quickly. Maria on the right side with the ball. Hands back to Ross. Ross going to step inside. Tough shot from 15 and hit.
Wow, if she's going to hit shots like that, it's going to be a long day for the Cheesemakers.
We're tied at 2. Left side, Haltner with the ball. Haltner back to Cattell on the left wing. To Haltner in the corner. They extend. She's going to drive to the baseline. Inside, rejected by Ross.
Well, it's a good idea by Haltner. She just got in pretty deep. and got that one swatted away. Trying to get the ball into Becky Welsh, but they've done a great job of just flat shutting her down so far.
With the ball out on top, Millie Wilson right in front of your KTIL mic. Left side to Cattell. Kim with the ball. Moves left to right around the top of the key. Reverses back to the left to Wilson in the corner. Kick, save, bounce, and Travis ends up with the boot, and it's going to be out of bounds, Cheesemakers.
And that time it would have been a good look inside to Becky Welsh.
Pass inside, turned over, picked off Maria. Whistle foul, a weak one in backcourt.
Oh, so Tillamook Cheesemakers turn the ball over for the 4th time and then pick up another personal foul against this one, Natalie Runkle. So Cheesemakers, all of a sudden, they have 3 players with 1 foul early, just 2 minutes into the game.
And we said foul trouble is going to be an issue. Ross with the ball down the floor, right side. Maria with a catch, 2-on-1 break. Sideline right all the way to the hole. She missed it. Rebound comes down to the Cheesemakers. Whistle foul is going to be Maria in the backcourt. Or Jessica. That was a Clemens tag team there. As it will be Maria. Yes, Maria on the foul.
Maria on the first personal foul. That's the first team foul against the Highlanders.
Second team foul. Remember, you missed
right.
the first one.
I missed the first one. Well, when I looked down at my page, it wasn't written down.
Cattell with the ball right wing to Haltner. Haltner baseline to Runkle. Her first touch, cross court, thrown away. Picked up there, loose on the floor. Saved back. Cheesemakers Welsh saves it back to Cattell. Good hustle by Becky. With the ball left wing. Wilson on top. Cattell. Pump fake and a drive. Baseline to Runkle. Runkle goes inside to Welsh. She's hacked, no call.
And Becky hit hard on the arm.
Welsh steals it inside. She's checked by Ross. Rebound comes down to Maria, going the other way. Travis has the ball tipped away. Fought for, out on top, loose on the floor. Saves right side, double team. Ross with the ball, going to drive to the baseline. Cut off there.
Offensive foul with the clear of the arm. I believe that one's going to be called on Thomas. No, that's on Wagner.
It will be on Wagner. That's her second personal foul, and so Wagner is going to have to come out of the ball game.
And that's easy to see who picked up the first personal foul, and I'm not sure what happened there. But Kim Cattell called that one.
Becky Welsh got hacked on the arm by Ross at the bucket. Didn't get the call. Got it back on the fight back, and then got rejected the second time. Cattell for 3. It's going to be long. Rebound. Ross comes down with it. Cheesemakers triple team in backcourt. They push out left side of Maria. Near side into the ball game is Kramer. Kramer brings it down the floor on the right side to Travis. Travis with a left-handed dribble. Welsh on her. Backdoor pass inside, turned over, picked up by Cattell. Cattell, 3-on-2 break, going the other way. Sideline left to Welsh. Steps inside from 6. Doesn't get it to go, but she's fouled.
Oh, and Becky had a good look at that. She pulled up and made it a tougher shot than it needed to be. And Maria Clemens picks up her second personal foul.
So Clemens has 2. Wagner has 2. We'll see if Clemens comes out. She will.
Oh, that is just really big.
Dick is going to come into the ball game. That's a last name, Dana Dick, not a first name.
I'm not going anywhere with that.
That's good.
Becky Welsh hits her first free throw. She's got 1 in the game. She's missed 2 shots down in low, and both of them, one a real good look. The other one she just had blasted out of bounds on the block shot.
Schersinger comes into the game, as does Sean Warner. Free throw is good. Millie Wilson is out of the game, as is not sure who the other one is. Full court pressure by the Cheesemakers. Travis tipped away, but it goes to Jessica near side. Jessica hands back to Travis. Travis, crossover dribble out on top to Kramer. Kramer, guys, high post to Ross. She's going to go down the baseline, right wing, wrap around, pass from behind, and then batted off, burns out of bounds, Cheesemakers ball.
Kim Cattell is going to save that back in to Warner or Runkle, and it just flat went off Clemens' head and out of bounds.
Right in the face. That was actually Ross that got face job with that one. Off the nose. 4-2, low-scoring affair. 4:15 left to play, first period. Kim Cattell with the ball, free throw extended left side to Runkle. Natalie gives it up, back left side, pass down low, inside, Runkle, pump fake, powers it up and in.
How did she get that one up over the top? Runkle, 1 for 1 from the field. She's got 2 in the game.
6-2, largest lead of the game, far side, double team, side court, back out on top to Travis. Travis in trouble, hands left to Kramer. She gets it across the timeline, going to work against Cattell. Double dribble, didn't get the call. With the ball on top, Jessica, she had her back to the official. He couldn't see it. With the ball, sideline left. Schersinger all over her. Ross clear out by midcourt. Cheesemakers extending their defense. Now she's going to wheel and deal to the free throw line. Has it tipped away. Loose out on top. Travis gets it back for Burns. Underneath pass. The lob. Check. Whistle foul. Going to be on Schersinger.
Well, the lob inside to Dana Dick was a high one, and trying to get back was Kelly Schersinger, and she just got there just in time to find a lot of Dick's arms.
All the way at the other end. The student section sure didn't like that, as it was right in front of them. What a great turnout by Tillamook here. Dana Dick hits her first free throw, and into the ball game comes Ashley Myers.
Hey, Dana Dick, the only Highlander to get any points in that first meeting that was not a starter for Burns.
6-3. She can cut it to the 2. She misses it. The rebound, though, comes down. Schersinger controls. Off to Cattell. Cattell and Runkle, the only 2 starters left in the game for Tillamook. Left side to Myers. Her first tournament action. To Schersinger on the right side. Back to Cattell on top against that 2-3 zone. Back to Schersinger. To Sean Warner in the corner. Looking to skip pass. She doesn't. Wisely pass inside to Runkle. Got it down low. Can't hang on to it, but Myers picks it up. Chases it back out. Tillamook controls. 3 minutes left to play in the first period. Pass down low. Runkle. Double team, has it ripped loose and goes out of bounds.
A double, and then finally a triple team comes on her, and she could not get the pass out to find the open Cheesemaker.
Tillamook trying to force it inside, but they're throwing it inside. Full court pass to the other end. Jessica, great catch. Baseline pass tipped away, but it goes to Ross. She gets it, throws it up. Oh, she missed it from point blank range. Pressure got to her that time. Tillamook with the board going the other way. Kim Cattell to the top of the key. Left side to Schersinger. Pass inside to Werner. Steps through and scores.
What a beautiful step-through move, Sean Warner, and a great entry pass by Sean Warner to find her.
8-3. Tillamook largest lead. Tipped away in backcourt, but it comes back to Burns. With the ball down the floor, left side to Ross. She loses it, gets it back. Goes into the corner to Kramer. Back to Ross. Give and go. Nice play. Lays it up and in.
That's too easy. Cheesemakers lost Ross on the exchange. She has 4 in the game.
Right wing, Ashley Myers. Back to Cattell on top. Welsh to come back in. To the baseline, to Runkle, steps through, inside, powers it up, tough shot, doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Clements. Cheesemakers wanted a foul, didn't get it. With the ball going the other way, it's Travis. She crosses over, took a walk, didn't call it. Rebound over the back, call on Travis.
And Travis, that's going to be her first personal foul.
How did you not call that walk?
Well, they have let it go. There's no doubt about it. Travis with 1 personal foul. She's got taken 1 shot. She's not made it. And that is the 5th team foul on Burns. And the Tillamook Cheesemakers really forcing the issue inside. And Burns is just folding under the pressure. That's the one thing that we talked about them being a little susceptible with, and so far that's what we've seen.
Left side, Ashley Myers can't get a shot up. They go to Sean Werner in the corner. She kicks it out on top to Cattell. Cattell left side to Myers. She'll shoot the 3. Her first shot of the tournament, didn't get it to go. Rebound, she got it back herself. Bounce pass to the free throw line. Kicks right side. Schersinger gonna drive. Stops, backs out, knocked out of bounds.
Kelly Schersinger is going to do a little one-on-one action out there on the right-hand side, and then had it tipped away.
1:33 left to play, first period, 8-5, Lady Mooks. Inbounds, left side Myers. She's going to drive, scoots through. She's rejected, comes down. Cheesemaker fans wanted to foul again, not going to get it there. She got a pretty good check. Right side, Travis with the ball. Travis goes into the baseline, right side to Kramer. Kramer trying to get it to Ross. Ross sets the screen, pick and roll, mismatch inside. Ross gets it low, lays it up and in.
Well, that exchange is not good for the Cheesemakers. Ross was 6 points in the game. Kim Cattell just can't stay with her.
8-7. Cheesemakers lead is cut to 1 after being up by 5 moments ago. Right side, Schersinger. She's going to drive to the baseline, stop, pick, plane. Kelly just can't put the ball on the floor too often. They're too quick on defense. Left side, Kramer with the ball. 51 seconds left to play in the quarter. Ross going to move inside now, backs it out. Just into the ball game is Thomas. Thomas hands the ball off left to Travis. To Ross. She fires a 3 and hits.
Oh, she is so tough. She's got 9 points in the game, inside, outside.
Steal in backcourt. Nope, tipped out of bounds right in front of us. It'll be Cheesemaker ball.
Tillamook very fortunate to get that back. Right now, they are not taking care of the basketball at all.
10-8. Cheesemakers trail now by 2 after 7 points in a row scored by Burns. 32 seconds left in the in the quarter.
Kim Cattell takes a little rest to end the first half.
Sideline right, on top, swing around. Ashley Stewart with the ball on top, right side to Myers. Myers looking to power it inside again. They can't. Need some help. Need some help again. Goes into the corner to Cheesemakers Warner. Pass to the free throw line. Inside Welsh. She leaves it way short. And the rebound comes out to Burns. They're going to push out of backcourt, sideline left, down the floor. Tipped away and stolen by Millie Wilson. Wilson got a high dribble. She kept her hand on top of it, but they call it turnover.
Turnover number 7 right now for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, and Burns also with 7 turnovers.
10-8, Cheesemakers trail by 2. You can get a high dribble, but if you keep your hand on top of it, it's not traveling, but it was called. Right side, Thomas goes sideline to Ross. Ross with three-pointer at the buzzer. No good. And that's the end of the first period of play. We told you it'd be a good period. It was. 10-8. Burns leads after 1. We'll be back in 1 minute. So you sent them away?
I was going to, but they left on their own.
Welcome back to Cheesemaker basketball. 10-8. Burns leads after 1. Cheesemakers come back with all the starters except Kim Cattell sitting down. Ashley Stewart has her possession. Left side, Millie Wilson. Back to Stewart on top. Right side to Haltner. Whitney with the ball. Looks baseline to Welsh. She hasn't been able to get on track yet tonight with a good interior defense of Burns. Millie on top to Welsh. Becky inside to Haltner. Tough shot from 6. Didn't get it to go. Cheesemaker fans wanted a foul. You can hear them all over behind, but they're not going to get the help.
Boy, they certainly aren't. These officials are just not giving us the breaks at this point, but Tillamook fighting their way through it. They get the ball back on a turnover.
Stewart with the ball left side. Going to move back out on top of the key against that 2-3 zone. Right side to Haltner. Long skip pass to Millie Wilson. She'll drive baseline and spins. Inside, hasn't knocked away. Dribbles once, powers it up. Oh, left it short on the front rim. Ross comes down with a rebound. Cheesemakers cannot shoot the ball here in the first half.
Well, 2 for 10 from the field in that first quarter, 20% shooting. The Highlanders 45 for the first quarter.
Inside, Jessica gets it deep and lays it in. They lob pass down low, and that's what Tillamook can't do, and Tillamook turns it over in backcourt.
Oh, that is just unfortunate. Tillamook turned the ball over just 7 times in that first quarter. I shouldn't say just, but they turned over 7 times now. In the second quarter, they have 1 turnover to make it 8. But 20% shooting for the Cheesemakers is atrocious.
Burns brings all their starters back in now. Smelling a little blood, up 12-8, scoring on a 9-0 run right now. Kim Cattell will come in for the next dead ball. Baseline pass inside, tipped away, but it goes right back to Travis. Travis with the ball, baseline right. Back out on top to Wagner, back in. Wagner with 2 fouls there. Jessica down low, powers it up again and in.
What in the world do we have Millie Wilson on Jessica Clemens down low?
Jessica Clemens, a 6-footer, and she is strong. She's only a freshman, scores 2 in a row. Long skip pass out on top, left side to Wilson. 4-3, they need it. Not this time. Rebound comes out to Wagner. Wagner with the ball in backcourt. 14-8 lead. Cheesemakers being outscored 11-0 right now after having an 8-3 lead early. Left side, Ross with the ball. She's going to lob inside. Jessica gets it baseline right all the way up. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound over the back. That's going to be the 3rd on Maria Clemens.
Oh, and that's so important right now because this starting unit for Burns is just dynamite right now against the Tillamook Cheesemakers. And back into the ballgame, Kim Cattell, they are going to have to put the pressure back on Burns. They haven't in the latter part of that first quarter.
No, they have not. Chelsea Ross going to sit down for the first time today as Ross goes out of the ball game.
She had a good first start of the second quarter.
Cattell with a pass inside to Runkle. Goes baseline to Millie Wilson. In trouble. Double team. She'll power it up. Oh, traveling.
Turnover number 9, Tillamook Cheesemakers. A lot of pump fakes on the inside, and you can only do so many of those without getting happy feet.
Out of the game goes Maria Clemens. Full court pass down the floor. Millie Wilson picks it off. With the ball out of backcourt, in trouble. Has it picked back? No, she didn't lose it. She got it back again. Tipped away by Jessica Clemens, but it goes off to Welsh. Welsh back to Cattell. Cattell going to step up to the top of the three-point line. Reverses the left wing to Wilson. To Cattell. To Wilson in the corner, trying to post up. There's Welsh. Turnaround from 6. Left it short. Too much pressure on the inside against tall girls. She just has changed her shot. Backcourt, tipped away, picked off by Millie Wilson. Cheesemakers with a steal. Hands right to Cattell. Got to be willing to take that shot out there. Runkle, nice move down the lane, lays it up and in.
Oh, it looked like she was going to fire the ball across the infield and just decided to take it all herself.
Wagner, sideline right, down the floor, has it tipped away, saved back in. Cheesemakers with a steal. Nice hustle by Millie Wilson. Cheesemakers get the ball back. Ross going to quickly come back into the game. Next dead ball, Kim Cattell slapped away on top. Oh, she double dribbled, no call. But tipped off goes to Haltner. Haltner to Cattell, left side to Runkle. She'll drive inside, rejected by Clements. Pass inside, whistle foul. It's going to be on Jessica Clements.
Jessica's going to pick up her first personal foul, and Tillamook just getting blasted on the inside. This Burns team is so athletic. They get way up in the air, and Cheesemakers aren't used to that.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. I told you yesterday, Burns is very, very talented, inside especially, and now Tillamook will ask for timeout. 4:57 left to play in the first half. 14-10 Burns. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Cheesemaker basketball. To the line goes Becky Welsh. 4:57 left to play in the first half. 14-10. Burns leads. Semifinal action here. Free throw on the way is good.
Becky Welsh 3 for 3 from the free throw line. She struggled on her inside shot so far.
She'll eye for the second free throw. Becky Welsh, again, big girls inside, hard to shoot over the top of today. Second free throw is good. Tillamook scores 4 to answer after that 11-0 run as the Cheesemakers pressure in backcourt. It's going to go to Travis. Travis breaks the pressure on top, tipped away. Natalie Runkle chased it down. Ahead to Haltner. Haltner with the ball back out on top. Haltner with the ball left side. Eyes for the shot, won't take it. Back to Cattell, back to Haltner. She'll shoot this time. Looks good, but it's not. It's too long. Fought for on the far side. Natalie Runkle saves it back in. Cheesemakers control. Scrappy move by Natalie Runkle. Back out on top to Cattell. To Welsh. She won't get the shot up. Goes inside to Wilson. Turn around over the top of Ross for 2.
Oh, that was a tough shot. Millie Wilson in the paint, right over the top.
Burns can't get the ball in bounds. They call timeout. Timeout Burns, 14 all. 4:17 left first half, and we're tied. We'll be back in 1 minute.
You know, that whole thing is you're forcing the issue on that, and then if you force it inside and
Welcome back to Cheesemaker basketball. Ashley Stewart comes into the ball game. Good defense in backcourt. Hands off to Travis. Travis going to bring the ball down against Becky Welsh. Travis sideline left down the floor into the corner. Look for the wrap around to Ross. Lost it. Picked it up again. Hands back to Travis. Burns controls. Out on top to Wagner. Wagner with the ball at the top of the key. High post to Ross. Ross going to get double teamed. Now she's going to drive to the baseline. Belly bump. Shot on the way. It's no good. Rebound tipped out. Welsh comes up with it. Welsh going to run the floor sideline right. On the break. All the way to the hole. She goes. Lays it up. Left it short again. Rebound fought for inside. Jump ball.
Oh, Becky Welsh has just really struggled on her shot. She wheeled and dealed all the way down the court. Took the shot at the rim. And it just left it right off the short front iron.
Everything she shot has been short. Full court pressure as the alternating possession goes to Burns. Backcourt, hands to Travis, and she's going to bring the ball down. Sideline left. Now she's against Kim Cattell. Lost it out of bounds.
Oh, that's 13
Cheesemaker's
turnovers.
ball.
13 turnovers for Burns, and immediately back in the game, you're going to see Jessica Clements come as well as Joanna Kramer. The Cheesemakers, when they can turn on the pressure, Burns is not used to that.
And Tillamook can do that on the dead ball or after a made basket. They can't if they're missing shots. Baseline, Natalie Runkle. She's going to drive. Whistle foul is going to be on Ross. She'll go to the line.
And that's Chelsea Ross is just her first personal foul. But I like what I see. You get a lot of fouls on the inside like that, and pretty soon they have to back off. So Cheesemakers taking it right to the heart of the Burns Highlanders.
14 all. Free throw is no good.
That's one area the Cheesemakers struggled in that first game. So far in this ball game, that's the first miss from the free throw line. They were 6 for 6 before that shot.
Second free throw by Natalie on the way. It's good. Gets 1 out of 2. She's normally about a 50% shooter. Cheesemaker's going to go into full court pressure. Kramer gets it in backcourt. Hands back to Travis. Travis breaks the pressure to Thompson. Or to Ross. Ross left side. Hands out to Wagner. Wagner will come around the top of the key. Natalie all over her. Don't pick up the foul there. She doesn't. Hands left to Travis. Millie going to cover her. 15-14 Tillamook lead with 3:10 left to play. Cheesemaker pass down low. Ross tipped away, but it goes to Wagner, who fires up a quick shot and hits it 2. Wagner didn't even hesitate as she had the ball pop out on a loose ball, picked it up and fired it in. 16-15. Burns with the ball. Pass inside. Welsh, check, jump ball.
Wow, that was all nothing but forearm to the wrist, and Becky Welsh was just, that was capped.
And out of the game will go Welsh. In will come Sean Warner. The alternating possession will stay with Tillamook. Cattell underneath, waits, goes clear out on top to Wilson. To the high post to Sean Warner. Sean tries to go inside, but now kicks to the right side. Looking around the official, Cattell off to Wilson. Back to Cattell on the right wing. She'll reverse left to right around the top of the key on the dribble. Backs it out by midcourt. Waits, sets it up left side to Stewart. Into the corner to Warner. Back to Cattell on top. She shoots her first three of the game. It's no good, but Millie Wilson down with the offensive rebound. Powers it up, doesn't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Ross, and there's a foul.
Going to be over the back. Is it going to be Warner or Runkle?
34, it'll be Sean Warner on the foul. That's only the 15th foul, not a shooter yet, with 2:24 left to play. 8 fouls against Burns, 5 against Tillamook. Backcourt, Ross with the ball. Feeds right side to Kramer. Sideline right, going to get cut off there. Double team. Nope, she breaks through it. Waits, traveled with the ball, knocked away, loose, picked up, Cheesemakers. Steal, oh, she grabbed her on the far side. Didn't get the call and turned the ball over.
Oh, my goodness.
That jersey stretched out 2 feet behind Millie Wilson. Wagner, near side, trying to get it across the timeline. Finally does, close to the 10-second call. Oh, the officials losing control of this one right now.
They are letting them play. There's no doubt about that.
With the ball out on top, Travis. Travis waits, looks left side to Kramer. Pass inside, picked off, turned over. Cheesemakers get it back. Cattell, she'll push right away. Moves to the top of the key and waits there. 16-15, Burns with a lead. Off to Stewart. Stewart back to Cattell on top. Kim waits, left side to Wilson. Cheesemakers a little bit slow and tired right now, I believe. Wilson, she'll shoot the three. Gonna miss this one as well. Jessica Clemens on the backside, hands off to Travis. Cheesemakers can't press or don't press after the missed basket. 1:20 left to play in the half. Oh, a big solid screen on top. Cheesemaker fans are yelling the whole time. Whistle foul gonna be on
Natalie Ruckle holding on Ross on the entry pass, which she really needed to do because she had no backside help and she knew it, and Ross was going to have an easy layup.
Stewart goes out of the ball game. Schersinger comes in with 1:14 left to play. Tillamook have anybody in foul trouble?
Absolutely nobody except for Runkle with 2 fouls and a couple others with just 1. So with a minute 14 left in the second, out of a lot of trouble.
Ashley Myers comes into the ball game, waiting, finally gets it into the corner to Wagner. Wagner stops, throws out to the right wing to Kramer. She traveled with the ball.
And where does that come from all of a sudden? 16 turnovers for the Highlanders. The Cheesemakers have settled down with the turnovers, just 3 in this second quarter. They have 10 in the ball game.
Tillamook still trails 16-15 with 1:05 left to play in the half. Left side, Schersinger. Schersinger on the cross court, almost traveled herself. Off to Myers, into the corner to Cattell. Trying to go to Sean Warner on the inside, but Ross has her fronted. Back out, Cheesemaker's a little lost offensively right now. Goes high post to Runkle, kicks it out left side, Schersinger on top to Cattell. Nice ball movement inside to Runkle, steps through, whistle. Foul going to be on Jessica Clemens.
And that's number 2 on Jessica. So Jessica Clemens, Maria Clemens, Jessica with 2, Maria with 3, and Wagner, has 2 fouls for the Burns Highlanders.
Maria's been sitting on the bench most of this period, and now Jessica, her sister, is going to join her. The freshman sits down next to the sophomore. Boy, those are good girls there.
Well, they are. When Jessica sat down last time, you remember Tillamook went on a big run to find themselves back in the ball game.
1-1. Free throw by Runkle is good.
That looked short the entire way, but crawls just over the front iron. Runkle, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. She's got 6 points in the game.
Tied at 16. Runkle can give Tillamook the lead. Free throw on the way. She does. Natalie hits 3 in a row from the line. It's 17-16 Cheesemakers. Tillamook in full court pressure again. Backcourt, it's Root. Just into the ball game. Good defense. Tipped away. Picked off by Schersinger. Kelly with a steal into the corner to Runkle. Runkle going to drive underneath. Wraps through. Oh, she's hacked. No call. comes down to Ross, and now Sean Warner going to get the foul.
And Sean Warner picks up her second personal foul. Everything good. Looked like it was heading Tillamook's way right there, but then just Runkle couldn't get the ball up over the top of the rim.
Oh, man, looked like Ross hammered again. Runkle on the inside. Didn't get the whistle, though, and to the other end, Ross will shoot 1-on-1 as the 17th foul is called on the Cheesemakers. That's a second on Sean Warner. Both of those after missed shots and then fouling 84 feet away from her own basket.
Yeah, you're right. That's a long way from the basket to pick up a foul.
Ross, the first-team All-Stater, misses the free throw. Save back. Good hustle by Runkle. Cheesemakers come up with it. Off to Cattell. You'd like to take the final shot maybe here. Cattell left side to Myers. Back to Cattell on top. Looking to power it inside for Runkle. Doesn't find her there. Cattell loses it. Chase it down by midcourt. Nice hustle by Kemp. Out on top with 10 seconds left. She carried the ball.
Yeah, it's a good call by the official. That's a fourth turnover in the quarter. 11 in the game for the Cheesemakers.
Full court pressure with 10 seconds remaining in the half. Tillamook with a 1-point lead. Travis gets it in to Root in backcourt. Root, hacked by Runkle. Tillamook lucky there. Now gets a high dribble and now goes over and back. Cheesemakers.
And she just threw the ball and elbowed Kelly Scherzinger. How in the world can that get away with that? Kelly Scherzinger walking by to inbound the ball, and Root just reached out there and elbows her.
Root red-faced and very upset. 3 seconds left side. Scherzinger cleaves it for three off the rim. No good. And we are done with the first half of play that brings the entire place to their feet. It wasn't always pretty, but it has been great excitement. 17-16 Cheesemakers. We'll be back in 1 minute. Crossover dribble to the left hand. Comes near side, extended. Millie on Travis. Travis, cross-court pass right side. Maria is hammered by Haltner.
Whitney Haltner came through, saw the ball poke loose, and just went after the ball, and Maria just got a step in front of her and
just ran over her.
Whitney ran right over the top of her.
She thought she was going to steal the ball and keep on going, but Maria got in the way. Those Clemens sisters, big girls, pass underneath, tipped away, loose, picked off in the corner, saved. Cheesemakers have it, and then they turn it over again. It went from Cattell to Runkle, who threw to Welsh on the left sidelines, didn't see it coming, hit her in the back, and went out of bounds.
It's 20 turnovers for the Burns Highlanders. Tillamook Cheesemakers turn the ball over now the 13th time.
With the ball sideline right to Travis. Travis looking cutter, goes to the baseline. They're trying to power it down low to Jessica. Wagner going to work around the top of the key, left side to Travis. Travis waits. She'll go left to right around the top of the key to Ross. Ross outside, they clear. The far side from her back to Travis on top. Good help defense there by the Cheesemakers. Inside Ross, double team, loose on the floor, saved out, but out of bounds.
Oh, man, Tillamook very fortunate to get that one. And turnover 21 for Burns.
Wow.
That's a lot of turnovers.
That is exactly what Tillamook needed. Tillamook would have control of this game if they could shoot the ball in the half. Down the lane, Runkle rejected, jump ball on the check. Will go to Tillamook on the alternating possession. So the Cheesemakers underneath. It'll be Cattell. She bounces it in to Runkle again. Steps through. She's fouled this time.
Oh, that is so big, too, because that's either going to be 2 on Ross or 3 on Clemens. It's 4 on Marina. Where in the world did that come from? And that's 4 on Maria. She wasn't even down low.
Oh, that's, I say that's a tough break for Burns because it was not Maria Clemens who committed that foul.
No, it wasn't. And she's going to get to sit down again.
Runkle hits a free throw.
Runkle has hit her last 4 free throws. She's got 8 points in the game.
They picked the wrong Clemens on that one.
Yeah.
And with her 4th foul, she has to sit down.
Yeah. Man, that is too bad for her.
18-16, Cheesemakers. Second free throw is good. 19-16, Cheesemakers with a lead. Backcourt, full court pressure. Wagner out of backcourt, hands right side, down the floor. Crossover dribble, top of the key to Ross. She toes from 18. Left it short. Long rebound, though, comes out to Kramer. Kramer with the ball, controls for Burns. With the ball on top. Pass right side. Jessica, nice catch. Throws it out of bounds. She can't dribble. Goes back out on top to Travis. Travis near side. Cheesemakers double teaming inside. Jessica cutting through the key. Back to Kramer on top to Ross. Ross, crossover dribble, stopped. Good defense there. Pass, should have been picked off, but it was not. Back to Travis on top. Cheesemaker fans, give him a hand for the great defense they're playing right now. And the hand-hold defense on Runkle.
Well, that's 3 on Runkle, so all of a sudden things get matched up a little bit closer. Now Runkle has to play very, very careful the last 6:20. Now, and she's going to sit down. This is smart coaching by the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
And that's not where Natalie wanted to pick up foul number 3. You're 24 feet away from the basket. Ross isn't going to hurt you too bad from there, at least right away. Travis, as Runkle sits down, Schersinger comes in. With the ball sideline right. Oh, whistle, foul on the reach. Going to be on Wilson.
Wilson picks up her second personal foul.
Tough break there for Tillamook.
All of a sudden, it's become, they're calling this a lot closer than they did in the first half. We'll see who responds and who checks up.
Travis with the ball, far side. 19-16 Cheesemakers. Traveled with the ball. Tillamook gets it back on the turnover. That heavy pressure defense again.
You know, and it's just relentless. And part of that, there was no pressure on her at the top, but she was so used to it coming that she just traveled with the ball.
She flinched. Right side, Haltner. Haltner looks inside, but goes back outside. Goes back to Haltner into the corner to Schersinger. Haltner playing catch, trying to go in to left side, Millie Wilson down the lane. She's fouled on the shot. It's going to be Travis. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Travis going to pick up her second personal foul.
And it is Millie Wilson going to the line for the Cheesemakers. 6:01 left to play in the third period.
You've just got to think that at some point you got to get Becky Welsh involved in this offense and get her some good-looking shots inside, but she is just yet to get anything going.
Millie Wilson free throw is good.
Tillamook is shooting the free throws much better tonight than they did the other night, although that doesn't take a lot.
No, it certainly doesn't. Second free throw for Millie Wilson with a 4-point lead. Eyes and waits. It's on the way. It's good. Millie gets them both. Student section had their hands in the air, and whoosh it goes. And now Millie's going to sit down for a couple minutes as Ashley Myers checks in. 21-16. Cheesemakers with a 5-point lead. Equals their largest of the game, and they steal the inbound pass. Almost picked away, but Cattell comes up with it. 21-16, Cheesemakers with the lead. Inside, left side, Schersinger. Out on top to Cattell. Onto the right wing. Haltner's going to fire it up from 18. It rattles in and out, doesn't go. But Welsh with a rebound throws it up. She missed it again, and Tillamook tips it out of bounds.
Oh, Becky has, most of her shots don't even hit the rim at this point. She is just so out of sorts.
She is so worried about getting the ball up quick that she has absolutely no touch on it. Tillamook had 2 great opportunities there, didn't get it to go. Ross going to bring the ball out of backcourt, all the way down the floor against Schersinger, coast to coast, to the baseline, lays it up, hit the side of the glass, hammered from behind on Jessica, and that will be number 3 on Jessica Clem.
Oh, no, they're going to call.
Yes, it is. They did. Jessica Clemens on the foul.
That's 3 on Jessica. Foul trouble for Burns is huge right now. Jessica Clemens with 3 personal fouls. Her sister Maria with 4.
Backcourt with the ball. Cheesemakers get it in to Cattell. 5:28 left to play in the game. In the third period. Cattell right wing to Haltner. Tillamook still has not hit an outside shot in the entire game, I don't believe. With the ball on top, Cattell. Kim swings left side to Myers. Ashley back to Cattell on top. Into the corner to Schersinger. She's going to step through and drive. Pump fake inside. Oh, she's checked. No foul. And now she gets the foul.
That's just the wrong place to pick that foul up. And Schersinger a little frustrated that she missed that cripple right inside. And
how can you continually get Ross off the ground and then take it up and never get the foul in there? And maybe she is that good at keeping the body away. I don't know. They're a long ways away down there. Down the floor they come. Into the corner, left side, and now the foul is called.
And that's on Ashley Myers, and it actually is a good call. She just decided to run right alongside instead of get out in front and pull up and stop the ball.
That's a 5th-team foul against Tillamook this half, only 3 minutes into the half. With the ball, Ross left side. She's going to drive inside. Powers it up over Schersinger and in.
Wow.
That's a mismatch for the Cheesemakers against the Cheesemakers. Left side with the ball. Haltner on the run. Takes it inside. Throws up. A tough shot. No call. Heavy contact. That guy's not blowing his whistle at all.
No, he's not.
Sideline right with the ball. Out on top Wagner. As Sean Werner gets ready to come back in, as does Millie Wilson. Out on top, Wagner passes to Ross. Watch Ross on the drive. Here she goes, sideline right, all the way down the lane, lays it up and in. You've got to change that mismatch right there in a hurry.
And they got Sean Warner waiting to come in.
And Tillamook asked for timeout. 4:23 left to play in the third. 21-20, Cheesemakers by 1. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Why did you bring her in the first place?
Welcome back as inside the shot missed by Becky Welsh. She had an open 15-footer. Tillamook over in the second half from the field again. Wagner almost lost it, got it back again. Trying to push off, comes to the near side to Dick. Dick with the ball going to the baseline, left side, got a high dribble. Cheesemaker fans not getting what they want. Ross for 3, hits.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Her foot was on the line as Sean Werner stepped out, hand on her, and she dumped it from there. She's tough. They take the lead. 6th lead change of the ball game. On top, Cattell. Left side to Myers. She'll try the 3. No, it's a 2. It's a miss as well. Rebound inside. Jessica comes up with it, loses it, gets it back. Cross court near side, comes out to Dick. With the ball, Wagner will bring it down the floor. Wagner on top of the left-handed dribble. Bounce pass, tipped away, picked off by Millie. Millie hands back, gives it up, gets it back. She'll run the floor on the sideline right. Into the corner. You've got to hit a shot sometime. With the ball, baseline pass. There's Wells. Turnaround from 6 and scores.
And finally, she was 0-4 in the entire game and 0 for 2 here in the third quarter. She's got 6 points in the game.
Press break on the right side. It's Kramer with the ball across the timeline. Down the lane she goes into the left corner to Wagner. Wagner going to drive, stops and shoots from 8. She missed it, but the rebound, Clemens can't hang on. Lost out of bounds. Cheesemaker should get it back. They do.
And that's another turnover for the Burns Highlanders. 25 in the ball game. Tillamook needs to respond here and start hitting a couple shots. It'd just be a blowout if they'd shoot 30%.
Into the game comes Ashley Stewart. Ashley Stewart with Myers as Cattell goes out. Warner, left side to Myers. Pass inside to Welch. Steps through. Shot over the top from 6. Rattled it in and out. And there is another foul on the rebound.
That just cannot be. The Tillamook Cheesemakers just flat manhandled the boards in that first half. And right now, they're just crashing. But Burns' position is really good.
Ross continues to get the board, and then the Cheesemakers foul her. That's a 6-team foul. They'll shoot the rest of the game.
Man, just 3 personal fouls on Burns here to start the second half.
Full court pressure by the Cheesemakers. Sean Werner back in, or stays in. Kelly Schersinger back in for Tillamook. Ashley Stewart in backcourt, working on the full court pressure. Pass goes in. Double teamed in the backcourt. Tipped away, picked up by Myers. Ashley with the ball, goes out on top to the other, Ashley Stewart. Stewart to Myers on the right wing, going to step in, now backs out to Stewart. Somebody please get a hot hand. Sean Werner inside, rejected by Ross to Welsh from 6. Again, it's in.
Oh, we need Becky Welsh to get it going. She's got 8 in the game.
Stewart.
Oh, and she was held on the other side by Wagner coming through.
Stewart tipped it away in backcourt. Wagner got a little piece of her, hanging on the way by, but it goes out of bounds. Burns ball again. Pass inside Kramer. Kramer going to get double teamed, backcourt to Travis. Travis gets it down the floor to Ross. Tipped away from behind. Chased down. Fought for it, but it goes back to Travis. The 10-second count still counting, but they get it across the timeline. With the ball, near side Kramer on top. Now she's going to drive. Got a seam down the lane, all the way to the hole. Laid it up. She missed it. Becky Welsh down with the board. Cheesemakers with a 3-point lead. 1:35 left to play in the third. Stewart with the ball on top. Right side to Schersinger. Hands-on defense. Off to Welsh in the corner. Welsh, slap on the arm. No call. Goes long skip pass to Myers. Myers going to drive. Travel with the ball.
Turnover again. 14 turnovers for the Cheesemakers. And when you're not shooting particularly well, you can't turn the ball over.
That is only the second turnover of the third period. Clemens, Jessica checks back into the ball game. Cheesemakers bring Cattell back in for Myers. Full court pressure again. Riding in backcourt, and they throw it away.
27 turnovers. Why isn't this a blowout?
because Tillamook has not been able to get the ball in the bucket. And part of that's been good interior defense by Ross. 25-22. Lady Mooks with a lead. A minute 25 left to play in the third. Cattell looks and goes clear out by midcourt to Schersinger. Schersinger going to drive. No. Stops. Hands back to Cattell. Against that 2-3 zone. Cattell, right wing. Tossed into the corner. Schersinger saves it back in. Warner comes up with it. Nice hustle. Cheesemakers control. Schersinger will fire the three. It's no good. Rebound comes down in backcourt. And it is Travis. Travis hands near side to Kramer, and here they come. Down three are the Highlanders. Left side to Thomas, just into the game. Left side to Kramer. Kramer working against Cattell. Cut off there by Ross. Ross going to shoot on the drive, 15 and hit.
Wow,
she
that
is so tough.
She's 4 for 6 here in the third quarter, 17 points in the game.
Tillamook barely gets it in to beat the 5-second call. Cattell, right wing to Kramer, or to Stewart. Cattell, left side to Schersinger. 25-24 Cheesemakers. 35 seconds left to play in the third. Welsh in the corner. Bounce pass inside to Sean Werner. Turns jump hook. No good. Stewart has it ripped away by Travis. 23 seconds left to play in the third. Thomas
there's
in, throws it up. She carried the ball before she got there. Tillamook gets it back on the turnover.
Very fortunate to get another chance on that. And into the ball game going to be Millie Wilson. They need to get a good-looking shot here to end the half, or excuse me, end the quarter.
18.8 seconds remaining. Cheesemakers going to face full court pressure now. It goes in to Cattell with 18 seconds remaining. She breaks the pressure to Runkle, who gets it across the timeline. Runkle on the left-handed dribble, stops. Pressure out on top to Cattell. Now going to drive all the way down the hole. Kicks it off the right wing. Werner from 15. Missed it again. Got her own rebound inside. Off to Cattell with 2 seconds. Shoots at the buzzer. It's no good, and that's the end of the third period of play. The shooting woes continue. 25-24 Tillamook after 3. We'll be back in 1 minute. Haven't done, though, off the press has ever gotten an easy basket. We've gotten the ball, we've gotten it back, but
they get back. Ross is back, though. I mean, Travis is a good ball player.
Millie Wilson at the line for Tillamook.
Welcome back to Cheesemaker basketball. First free throw is no good as the cap on that far end basket continues. 16% shooting on the game. Second free throw is good. It's a 2-point lead for Tillamook. 28-26 Cheesemakers. Backcourt Maria Clemens with the ball down the floor. She comes near side, tipped away, loose on the floor. Runkle comes up with it. Runkle.
And she's fouled.
That's
by better
Clemens.
yet. Jessica Clemens just picked up her 4th personal foul. And
so that's 4 on Jessica, 4 on Maria, and 4 on
Travis. So all kinds of foul trouble for Burns with 6.5 minutes to play.
And Cheesemakers get it back with a 2-point lead. 6:23 left to play in the game. Cattell left side to Millie Wilson. Millie back to Kim on top. Lob pass inside to Runkle. Tipped loose and ripped loose. Off to Maria. Cheesemakers steal it back. Backcourt pressure continues. Kim Cattell with the ball. She's going to drive down the lane on the right side. Hands inside to Runkle. She has it picked clean there by Jessica. Pass down low. Whistle. Foul going to be on Cheesemakers.
Oh, man. That's at least the 3rd personal foul of the Cheesemakers off a mess up. And Millie Wilson picks up her 3rd personal foul. So foul trouble for the Cheesemakers. They're not near the foul trouble that Burns is, but Millie Wilson with 3 fouls. Natalie Runkle with 3 fouls, and Burns going to find themselves at the free throw line a ton. And through 3 quarters, though, they were just 1 for 3 from the free throw line.
Maria Clemens sits down with 4 fouls, 6 minutes left to play in the game. Travis goes to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Free throw is good.
That's her first point of the ball game.
Wow. Travis, a good player for him on the year, and really has handled the ball very well today. Now back into the ball game, trying to rest for the final run is Sabrina Root. Root sits Jessica Clemens down, so the Clemens sisters are both down for the tie. He missed it. Long tip comes out. Oh, should be a foul, no call. Baseline pass, tipped out of bounds. Cheesemakers get it back.
Wow, this official has not blown his whistle the entire ball game. That's 32 turnovers for Burns.
Burns threw it to the baseline for Ross, but it was too high and went out of bounds. With the ball on top, Cattell. She'll take it down the lane, right side Wilson. 18-footer. Barely got iron. Rebound comes down to Travis on the backside. Travis going to run the ball sideline right. All the way down she comes. To the baseline and throws it away.
And that pressure just continues to cause Burns fits. Cheesemakers have to, in this last 5 minutes, 30 seconds, find someone that can score the basketball.
28-27, Tillamook by 1. They have not hit a shot outside of the key in the entire ball game that I can remember. Cattell with the ball right to left around the key. Inside left to Haltner. Haltner, long cross-court pass to Wilson from Cattell. Cattell on top, baseline pass inside to Runkle. Oh, she's hacked, no call. Missed shot goes down to Wilson. She's rejected, and to the floor she goes. Cheesemaker fans are irate. Down the floor comes Wagner. Wagner with the ball out on the top right-hand side. Again, when this guy's under the bucket on that end, he's not going to call it. Now he blows a whistle and gets a traveling call.
34 turnovers for Burns. He is making the travel call, but he will not blow the whistle on a foul down inside at all. There's a timeout. The Cheesemakers.
Tillamook, timeout. 5:01 left to play in the game. 28-27. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We haven't made a shot outside of 3 feet.
Welcome back to Cheesemaker basketball. 5 minutes left to play. Tillamook with the ball left to right across your radio dial in their black uniforms with the red numbers. Runkle with the ball in the corner goes out on top to Cattell. Kim waits, pass inside to Runkle, baseline pass to Welsh, lays it up and in. Nice dump pass for the lay-in to Welsh. 30-27 Cheesemakers, whistle foul in backcourt, going to be a hold. That's a guy who hasn't blown his stinking whistle the whole night.
No, he hasn't. Becky Welsh hits double digits, which I can't imagine. We have 2 people, Becky Welsh, Natalie Runkle, in double digits, and shooting percentage continues to be a struggle for the Cheesemakers. 2 of 7 from the field in the 4th quarter, which is the best shooting they've had the entire night.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Kramer goes to the line to shoot. 1-1. 8th team foul on Tillamook.
Who is the foul on?
Couldn't tell you. Free throw is no good. Oh, no call over the back, but it goes out of bounds off the Cheesemakers. No, off Burns. Tillamook gets the ball. Oh, man.
It's going to be a nail-biter coming down the stretch.
4:36 left to play in the game. Cheesemakers 30-27. I'm sure you can hear the Tillamook fans are wrapped around us. Pass inside to Runkle. Got a low, laid it up and in.
Oh, now that's more of the Cheesemakers that we're used to seeing. Runkle 13 in the game.
Sideline right. Kramer going to break the press down the floor to Ross, who lays it up and in. No, she missed it. The rebound on the offside is fouled. How did that come out of there?
She was all alone. She just laid it right up on top, and it rolled across the back iron and off the other side.
Oh, the shot was missed, but Burns with the rebound.
I've missed the last 2 fouls now because it's been too exciting.
I believe as Millie Wilson, and to the line will go Root.
And if that's the case, that is 4 on Millie Wilson.
Root, free throw's good. Her first point of the game, I believe.
That is her first point of the game. That's the first time she's shot the basketball.
Millie comes out. The haulers you heard last time was Natalie Runkle, good position. Ross just hammered Runkle over the back. Didn't get the call, but they did get the ball out of bounds. Root, second free throw. On the way, it's no good. Long rebound comes out on top. Burns controls. It's a 4-point game. 4-3 is good by... It was Travis. It's a 1-point game. Tillamook was up 32-27, but the big 3-pointer by Travis. Cheesemakers have not hit a shot outside, but they still a 1-point lead, 32-31. Pass inside, Runkle kicks it back out to Welsh. Back to Runkle. She's double teamed, powers it up, got the call, but it came from the top official,
yes, it
not
did.
the bottom.
And that's going to be on Ross, but that's just 2 fouls on Ross, and that's it. She's been just turned loose underneath that she can swing away at will.
Sean Warner going to come back in, as will Jessica Clemens.
Natalie Runkle with 13 points in the ball game.
Natalie Runkle goes to the line with a 1-point lead. 3:48 left to play in the game. Nice release there, and nothing but net for Natalie Runkle. It's a 2-point game. 33-31. Jessica Clemens comes back in. Sean Werner in, and Becky Welsh out. 3:48 left to play.
Becky Welsh finally gets a couple shots to go down.
From inside, second free throw's good as well. Cheesemakers go full court pressure. Backcourt hands. Maria Clemens back into the game. Travis backcourt to Maria. Maria with Myers on her. Off to Jessica, near side to, losing the name, Travis. Travis, right side with the ball. Down low, Jessica powers it up. Turnaround from 6 and in. Soft touch by the freshman.
8 points in the ball game. Jessica Clemens, she's 2 for 2 here in the fourth quarter.
Cross-court pass, chancy pass there, but Tillamook lived with it. Goes Myers out to Cattell. Bounce pass on top to Runkle. Right wing to Myers, Cattell. Cattell to Myers, right side again. They're double teaming Runkle inside. Skip pass to Haltner. Haltner with the ball. Free throw extended to the corner to Runkle. Runkle pass inside, just threw it away. Maria Clemens comes up with a steal. 3 minutes left to play. It's going to go down to the wire. Right side, Travis. Travis out on top. They're trying to isolate the freshman on the baseline right side. Now kicking out is Ross. 4-3, wide open, air ball. Kim comes down with the ball. Kim with the ball in backcourt. Cheesemaker fans chant air ball. Left side, Haltner. Cheesemaker's going to bring their starters in. Cattell for 3, not this time. Rebound, Clemens. Jessica down with the board. Hands off in the near side to Wagner. Wagner, crossover. Oh, poke check. Whistle foul's going to be on Cattell.
That's Cattell's first personal foul, if you can imagine that. And if you watched her play at all, you know that she's pretty tough on the defensive end, and that's her first foul with 2:24 left in the ball game. And the Cheesemakers right now need to respond. Getting ready to check back in for the final push is Becky Welsh and Millie Wilson. And from here on out, it's a gut check.
And it's double bonus as well, as Wagner's going to shoot 2 from the line. First one is good, and we're tied. Cheesemakers and the Highlanders tied at 34. This is what state semifinal basketball action's supposed to be like.
And it's not supposed to be easy.
And it has not been. A lot of turnovers for Burns, poor shooting for Tillamook. It's evened out at 34 apiece right now. Wagner's second free throw on the way is good. Burns takes the lead, the 10th lead change of the ball game. And Burns is going to pressure full court. Welsh goes across the timeline, right side to Haltner. Now it's 3-on-2. Haltner holds it up and waits. Left side to Cattell. Cattell back to Haltner. Haltner, Tillamook trails by 1. Left side to Wilson. Wilson back to Cattell on top. Tipped out of bounds on the far side by Maria.
You cannot get lazy with your passes right now. Tillamook has to continue to work the ball down inside.
Cattell on top, crossover dribble with the left hand, now reverses out on top to Runkle. Runkle pump fake, goes to the corner to Wilson. Back to Cattell, left wing to Wilson. Trying to go inside to Wells on the overload on the far side. Now they reverse left to right. Cheesemaker fans on their feet. Cattell looking for Millie on the backside. Back to Haltner. Haltner back to Cattell, throws it away. Picked off by Wagner. Looking inside the whole time and just threw it flat to Wagner. Wagner on the near side to Maria on the near side. Long cross court to Wagner. Wagner going to back it on out. Playing keep away with a 1-point lead in a minute 25. And Burns asked for timeout. 1:25 left to play. 35-34 Burns. We'll be back in 1 minute.
You knew the pass was going to be a play. They just got too lazy.
I just think the shooting has taken them so much out of the ball game because they won't even look to shoot from the outside. Coming out of the huddle, Burns with the ball in the lead, 35-34 with a minute 25 left to play in the state semifinal game. Backcourt with the ball, gets it across the timeline. Maria Clemens out on top to Ross. Ross going to hand off. It's tipped away, but it goes into backcourt where the Tillamook Cheesemakers extend it for the ball.
And that certainly is turnover number 35, and that's just what the Cheesemakers needed with 1:13 left in the ball game. They have to get a shot to go down now.
1:13 left to play, 35-34. Tillamook trails by one. Cattell left wing. Looks to go inside, can't do it, goes to corner, now backs left to right around the top of the key. Cheesemakers are lost offensively if they can't get it inside because they haven't hit a shot on the outside. Under a minute left to play in the game. Millie directing traffic, the senior to the junior, Kim Cattell, out on the corner to Haltner, back to Cattell, on top to Welsh. Welsh, pass inside to Runkle, pump fake, powers it up, she missed it. Rebound, whistle, foul over the back, going to be Wilson.
And that's going to be it for Millie Wilson. That's 5 on her.
To the other end will go Dusty Travis.
Oh, you know, it was a good look inside. She just got hit pretty hard when she went up with the shot and put it hard off the glass, came off the offside iron. Couldn't get it to go.
And that's just been the story of the game, not to harp on it. If you can't shoot the basket into the ball into the basket, you can't win.
No.
And Tillamook has truly has not hit a shot outside the key the entire ball game.
And they haven't done it inside very consistently either. They are going to shoot for the ball game less than 20% from the field. That's not a good night of shooting.
It's surprising they're even close in this ball game.
The reason they are close is 35 turnovers for Burns. Tillamook Cheesemakers with 18. That's too many. And
Millie Wilson gets a huge standing ovation as she fouls out, and Tillamook asks for timeout. We'll take it as well. 35-34 Bankton. They're at the line with 45 seconds left. We'll be back in 1 minute.
So what do you do?
Travis goes to the line to shoot a pair. The first one is no good.
Oh, that is so big. Travis is 1 for 3. She's missed her last 2 free throws. This is huge. You got to rebound this basketball if she misses.
Travis, second free throw is good. It's a 2-point game. 36-34. Tillamook trails by 2. Burns going to go to full court pressure. Down the floor left side to Ashley Stewart just into the ball game. She's going to get double team. Hands to the baseline to Welsh. She's going to have to back it out. On top, Cattell will shoot from 18. Air ball. Jessica Clemens down with a rebound. Outlet near side. Now cross court. They've got a 3-on-1 break for the game. To Wagner. She steps through and scores.
And that's going to be the ball game. And it's just unfortunate that it has to end that way. Wagner with 6 points in the game.
And Tillamook asks for timeout. You can hear the Burns fans cheering now. 38-34, 17 seconds left. We'll be back in 1 minute.
How do you shoot an air ball? They can't stand down there and wonder where they're going to go with the basketball. They've got to get down and get
Welcome back. Full court pressure. No timeouts for Tillamook. Stewart brings it in to Haltner. Haltner back to Stewart. She'll push the ball down by 4. 17 seconds left. Welsh toes for 3. It's no good. Over the back call is going to be on Runkle.
And Runkle's going to pick up her 4th personal foul. Not that it matters from here on out. Tillamook down 4 right now. 9 seconds left in the ball game. They're walking to the other end. And it's just unfortunate. We talked at the break. How can you shoot an entire ball game like this?
If you shoot 18% in the first half, you think it's got to get better, and it hasn't.
It really hasn't. She's at 18% in the first half, and then they come out in that 4th quarter and shoot 13%.
Free throw's good. 39-34, 9 seconds left to play in the game.
It certainly has been exactly what we expected turnover-wise for the Cheesemakers.
Second free throw's no good. Tillamook brings it out of backcourt. Down the floor, right side to Haltner. Haltner gets a screen. Down the lane she goes. Missed it again. Rebound comes down to Clemens. Clemens fouled with 0.4 seconds left. And the Tillamook Cheesemaker girls are going to face their first loss of the year in the state semifinals as the Lady Mooks are going to fall to a very, very good basketball team, but I don't know if they're a better basketball team. as the Cheesemakers put a huge amount of pressure on the Burns Highlanders, and the Highlanders folded many times, but Tillamook couldn't answer with the ball in the basket, and the Cheesemaker fans are hoping for the boys to pull through with a win. Free throw was good. Second one is no good, and that's the end of the game. 40-34, Burns over the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Cheesemakers get a standing ovation after their first loss of the year. Tillamook loses. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with Sports Extra after this. And Sports Extra brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. The Tillamook Cheesemakers lose it by a final score of 40-35 to the Burns Highlanders, and it wasn't from lack of effort. Girls played their hearts out tonight, expended every bit of energy you could ever hope for on the floor as they pressed the action the entire ball game. They found themselves down 10-8 at the end of the first, led by 1 at the half, led by 1 after 3, but just flat couldn't get the ball in the basket the final period. It was a 1-point game except for the last few free throws. Ended up being a 5-point spread as the Cheesemakers lose their first game of the year. The Lady Mooks fall 40-34 here as the Cheesemakers, the first game of this doubleheader, not a happy one for Tillamook. We're going to take a break for the Les Schwab Tire Center. We'll be back after this. You buy the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. State semifinal action, OSAA 3A, State High School Basketball Championships. The girls are denied for their second year in a row in the semifinals as they fall to the Burns Highlanders 40-34. Dave, what about the stats?
Well, it just doesn't work very good. If I would normally say the Burns Highlanders turned the ball over 35 times, but they shot 53.5%, you would normally think that Tillamook would have a pretty good shot at them, which they did. They just couldn't get the ball to go in the basket. Burns, 15 of 28 shooting for the night, 53.5. That comes with a 4 for 6 in that fourth quarter. They really turned it on then. 8 of 16, 50% from the free throw line. Scored just 10 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second, 8 in the third, but scored 16 points in that fourth and final period to end with 40 points. Scoring for Burns, Jessica Clemens with 8 points in the ball game, Chelsea Ross with 17, Emma Wagner with 6 points, and Dusty Travis with 6, and then Root threw in 1 free throw, had 1 point. The Tillamook Cheesemakers, 9 of 42 shooting inside the three-point line, 0 for 10 outside, 9 of 52 shooting for the Cheesemakers, 17.3% shooting for the night for the Cheesemakers. The only place they really excelled and which really kept them in the ballgame, they were 16 of 18 from the free throw line. That's where they struggled yesterday, but they turned that on. They shot 89% from the free throw line. They did not get into double digits in any of the quarters, scoring 8, 9, 8, and 9 for the 4 quarters. The scoring for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, Becky Welsh with 10 points in the ballgame was 3 for 12. Kelly Schersinger, we're just going to run through the shooting just so you get a feel for this. 0 for 3 from the field. Sean Warner had 2 points in the ballgame. She was 1 for 4. Ashley Myers, 0 for 3. Millie Wilson had 7 points in the ballgame, but she was 1 for 8 from the field. She was 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Natalie Runkle, 4 for 11 from the field. And then from the free throw line, she was 7 of 8. Natalie Runkle had 15 points in the ballgame. Kim Cattell 0 for 5, and Whitney Haltner 0 for 6. It was just a brutal night of shooting for the Cheesemakers.
Cheesemakers lose it 40-34 in girls action. The boys are coming your way shortly, but we're going to have another break for the Les Schwab Tire Center. We'll be back after this.